Hello, and welcome to our lesson on understanding the importance of averages and how to calculate the mean. In this lesson, we'll focus on lesson objective 1, understanding the importance of averages in summarizing data, and lesson objective 2, learning how to calculate the mean, one of the most commonly used measures of central tendency. We will then apply this new knowledge to various cases and examples. Before we dive in, let's briefly recap what we have covered so far. You've learned about key data terminology such as population, sample, discrete, and continuous data, as well as primary and secondary data. You've also mastered how to group and organize data and how to visualize it using tools like frequency tables, time series graphs, pictograms, bar charts, histograms, pie charts, scatter graphs, and cumulative frequency graphs. We can now introduce the mean. By the end of this lesson, you will feel confident in calculating and interpreting the mean, and you'll see how this concept can be applied to various real-world problems involving data analysis. Let's get started. All right, now let's dive into the main content of the lesson. Firstly, we'll focus on understanding the importance of averages. Averages give us a snapshot of our data, helping to understand the overall performance or trend. For example, the average test score in a class provides insight into how well the class is doing collectively, making it easier to identify strengths and weaknesses. There are three types of average that we commonly use in statistics: mean, median, and mode. Each one tells us something different about our data, but today we are going to focus on the mean. So what does the mean actually tell us about the data? The mean is a crucial statistical measure that provides a simple summary of a dataset by indicating the central point around which the data tends to cluster. So the mean is often described as a measure of central tendency, also known as an average. The mean is calculated by taking the sum of all the data values and dividing it by the number of data points. To make this clear, let's break down the steps to calculate the mean with an example. Step 1. Collect all your data values. Suppose we have the following test scores of 10 students. Step 2. Add all the data values together. To find the sum, we add all of these scores, which gives us a total of 828. Step 3. Count the number of data points. In this case, we have 10 test scores. Step 4. Divide the sum by the number of data points. Now, we'll divide the total sum, 828, by the number of test scores, 10. 828 divided by 10 equals 82.8. The mean test score of these 10 students is 82.8. So the mean is an average, which is also known as a measure of central tendency. It is one single number which can tell us some information about the whole dataset. This can be extremely helpful in numerous real-world situations, such as determining average incomes, average temperatures, or average test scores, to name just a few examples. It is important to have a good understanding of the mean and how it changes. Suppose we have a group of people of varying heights and that we have added all of their heights together to get 11.9 meters. Since there are 7 people in the group, we divide this number by 7 to find a mean of 1.7 meters. Then a very tall person who is 2.1 meters tall joins the group. When we recalculate the sum of heights and the mean, we see that the addition of this person will increase the mean. This is because this new person is taller than 1.7 meters, so they are bringing the average of the whole group up. Then a smaller person joins the group, who is only 1.3 meters in height. This will bring the mean back down, since this person is smaller than the average height of the group. Understanding and calculating the mean allows us to make more informed decisions based on our data. Whether we are identifying areas that need improvement or recognizing trends, the mean provides a powerful tool for summarizing and interpreting data. Let's dive into some examples to see how we can calculate the mean in different scenarios. Consider the following set of test scores for a group of 5 students. To find the mean, we sum all the scores and then divide by the number of scores. The sum of the scores is equal to 75 plus 80 plus 85 plus 90 plus 95. This is 425. The number of scores is 5. The mean is equal to the sum of the scores divided by the number of scores. Hence, the mean is equal to 425 divided by 5. So, the mean test score is 85. Now let's look at a case where some values repeat. Consider the following data set of student ages in a small study group. First, we sum all the ages. The sum of the ages is equal to 123. The number of ages is 7. The mean is equal to the sum of the ages divided by the number of ages. Hence, the mean is equal to 123 divided by 7. This is approximately 17.57, rounded to 2 decimal places. So, the mean age is approximately 17.57 years. Let's move to a slightly more complex example that will involve grouped data. Suppose we have the following frequency table showing the number of hours 5 students studied in a week. To calculate the mean, we first calculate the total number of hours studied. We do this by multiplying each number of hours by its frequency and then summing these products. The total hours are equal to 2 multiplied by 1, plus 4 multiplied by 2, plus 6 multiplied by 1, plus 8 multiplied by 1. Hence, the total hours are equal to 2 plus 8 plus 6 plus 8. This is 24. Next, we find the total number of students. The total frequency is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1. This is 5. Finally, the mean is equal to the total hours divided by the total frequency. Hence, the mean is equal to 24 divided by 5. This is 4.8. So the mean number of hours studied is 4.8. Finally, let's look at a case involving decimals and larger numbers. Consider the monthly expenses of 5 households in pounds. First, we sum all the expenses. The sum of the expenses is equal to 7,283.80. The number of households is equal to 5. The mean is equal to the sum of expenses divided by the number of households. Hence, the mean is equal to 7283.80, divided by 5. This is 1,456.76. So, the mean monthly expense is £1,456.76. These examples should help you understand how to calculate the mean in various scenarios. Remember, the key steps are to sum all the values and then divide by the number of values. Now, you can practice with different sets of data to reinforce this concept. In today's lesson, we explored the concept of averages, focusing specifically on the mean. We began by understanding the importance of averages in summarizing data, which helps to provide a clear picture of overall performance or trends. We then introduced the mean, a measure of central tendency that indicates the central point around which the data clusters. The mean is calculated by summing all the data values and dividing by the number of data points. Calculating the mean allows for more informed decision-making based on data, whether it's determining average incomes, temperatures, or test scores. By summarizing and interpreting data through the mean, we can identify trends as well as areas that may require improvement. This foundational skill in statistics equips you with a powerful tool for analyzing data effectively.